I'm gonna tell y'all something. I knew something was wrong when I started feeling like a distaste for posting or just being who I am. Hello, babushka. We got my beautiful baby. Hi. She's like, don't get me in the shot, please. It's like things like, I don't know. I'd be having conversations with people, right? Love. I'd be having conversations with people and I realize how powerful I am. And I accept that my biological parents were not chosen to see that. Whether they resist change or they genuinely aren't meant to see, or they don't have access to my highest self, right? That's why they always see me in the same image, even though, you know, it's like everybody's allowed to change. I mean, nobody can change but them. Like, it's always the narcissist that believes that they can change or that they are changing, right? And I couldn't put a label on that for so long. And then Sarayu comes, and Sarayu is like, we're blowing everything up. Like, we're blowing everything up, right? I wonder if people think, because I don't talk about my boyfriend, that we're not together. Like, love is a currency. And I spoke about this on my TikTok. I said that love is a currency that scares the living daylights out of me, because it's like, if I talk about him, I don't know if I'm gonna stop, one. And two, the universe is literally making me sit down and like build my platform before like I merge with my divine masculine. And because I was a person before I met him, and he was a person before he met me. So, and I met people, I don't know how to explain it. Like, we are in separate bodies, you know what I'm saying? We all love saying that we're one, and we are, but we're all in individual bodies. Like, me and Sarayu are one, but she's a cat and I'm a human, right? We're both God in different forms. We're the same in different forms, and it feels that way with Kenny. And it's like, I don't know, when I told my biological family about him, it kind of, our relationship got a lot harder. And I'm gonna say that on both ends. So when he told his family about me, it got harder. I didn't have as, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have as much time with him as I normally would when you keep that goodness to yourself. So I've been taking notes, and I've been like, you know, planning that this next trip is gonna be very different from the first one. You know what I'm saying? And it's only when you leave your environment sometimes is when you can see the bullshit for what it is, right? So I be seeing the bullshit for what it is, y'all. She be seeing the bullshit for what it is. Like, we don't be fucking with people who make us feel like, oh, really? You just gonna leave like that? Wow, just like that, sister. I thought we was gonna have a moment. Damn, tough crowd, y'all. You're gonna come back. You're not gonna be in my video. She said no. Look at her leg on the iPad. Nah, this is crazy. Right. So we be seeing through the bullshit, right? We be seeing through the bullshit. And I told her, like, I'm not gonna do too much. Just stay in my video for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna leave you to groom yourself. But I think it's hard to talk about my relationship because what he gives me is more than money. the ways that he's healed me cannot be written down. So yesterday I actually wrote some poetry about him. It's the first time I've written pen to paper in a while, and I went to sleep so happy because I was gonna read it to him when I woke up, like whenever he called me. And then I don't know, like I woke up and sarayu was meowing like a lot. So I was kind of trying to figure out what was going wrong, but there was nothing wrong. She can see things in the spirit realm that I don't always see. And my poetry is directly tied to my mother, because I stopped writing and I took everything off my wall because she's always reading my shit. And I got arrested like 2-3 months ago, right? And there's so many things basically in this room that's missing from my childhood. Things that, like, you know, like even just like a little boyfriend. So it's not like a little boyfriend, but I was 11, you know, and this boy called Douglas wrote me like a poem for my birthday, like 2 years in a row, and it's not here. And I showed Kenny that the day that I was, like, I didn't know I was getting arrested that day, obviously, but I showed him, like, I'm trying to say that Kenny has seen every part of me, from Kimmy to Divine, and nobody has been able to see me like that. Like, nobody's been able to watch me morph and actually, like, evolve with the change. It doesn't mean, yeah, that he's like, he's on it with the change all the time. Like, but if I say I'm transitioning to this color, or I need to quantum jump and do this, or I need this, like, he's there, even if he doesn't fully understand it yet. And I realized that I was just surrounded by people that I wasn't in alignment with. I hope she perceives me as a cat because I've got this on. But I bought fruit yesterday and some of her cat food. I got a pineapple, coconut, a couple limes, and a couple oranges, and like there's no knives for me to cut it with. I've been using like the pizza cutter thing to cook for a while. Sorry, baby. And it's like, why do I allow myself to suffer in an environment that doesn't serve me? That's what she keeps saying. And maybe I was afraid to talk about my love because it's healthy, and when things do happen, we react in ways that our parents never reacted, you know what I'm saying? Like, or how we would act in previous relationships where you might blow everything up and like argue at each other back and forth. Like, we can get annoyed, but like, I can't lie, that's barely happened. And when it has, we kind of don't press the other person. I've noticed when I'm annoyed about things, he doesn't press me. Like, he kind of just lets me be annoyed. He lets me feel it, which is nice. And I always tell him not to suppress his anger, right? But my hair is how I alchemize whatever I'm feeling. So I'm not in my love and light era right now. It's dark femininity right now. It's the dark feminine era. It's about being Divine, Robin, and Kimmy, like embracing different versions of me and stuff. And it's like, hi baby, thank you. We're going to look back at this video and be so thankful Because at first, yeah, it's always like that. At first, yeah, people don't be fucking with the fact that I record all the time, and then they realize and they're like, I see. But it's just weird at first. Do you see what I'm saying? People can, I've found people, and I'm in a relationship, and I have a daughter that expresses their uncomfortability and still lets me be anyways. See how she's like moved out of the shot now? Like she gave us what she could, and eventually she's gonna be like chilling in the video. She's gonna make her appearances, but it's like, if I force her to be in the entire video, it's not very authentic, nor is it. Yeah, she just, everything is like, everything, the way people interact with us and the way we interact with others is how we're actually interacting with each other. And I've noticed, and I can say this because like our families don't watch my channel, you know what I mean? And it's also a thing, right? Even if they did, would I really suppress myself for other people? Like, that's what I've been doing for so long. And I know that my mother watches my YouTube, and I don't care, because this is how I'm making it out the hood. My authenticity, talking about my love, like just loving myself, and no longer being afraid of that love. Maybe that's what it was, like being afraid of love, being afraid of being loved out loud, because outside of these four walls, all that exists there is shame and regret and what could have been and should have been, coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know what I'm saying? We're about to birth something new. We're manifesting new realities every day. We're investing in each other. We're loving each other. And that's overwhelming to the people around us who resist change. It doesn't mean that the change doesn't come, but they resist it for as long as they can, which makes life very vigorous, right? And we say, what's happening to us, right? And then we complain, which makes it like this, and then it just starts going in chaos. But then the crazy thing is, we were all birthed in chaos, so while all of this chaos is happening, bang, stillness. That kind of reminded me of the Big Bang, but like stillness, pure stillness. Let there be light, like a cum shot. All right. You didn't expect that, but I don't know, I got this from River, and I always pick up things that catch my eye. She's looking at it too. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, like the things I collect, but I know I'm gonna do something magnificent with them. I know that I'm remembering who I am, and being in a relationship where I'm allowed to remember who I am, and even when we do forget who we are, it's like one of us is gonna bring us back to the other, and it's kind of just a phase, or just like a period of time where, okay, I can see how you're feeling, and I'm gonna let you feel it. Like, for too long, I've been told to suppress my feelings, and eventually you're gonna see my hair all red, and that's when I'm gonna be that's when the dark feminine energy is gonna be the darkest, and I'm going to meet myself in that time and embrace my seductiveness, embrace my sexiness, embrace my anger, embrace my pain. She's fucking with it. But I think she likes touching things that have a lot of my energy on it. Like so she's sitting on my backpack right now, and just places that have a lot of my energy, like just freshly used, she'll be near it, or because she's protecting it, and we're protecting each other. When I tell you how she came to me the exact same way Kenny came to me. I wasn't looking for her, and I wasn't looking for him. But I was looking for them. Like, I manifested them, but then when they came, I was like, wow, like, this is my divine masculine. And then, you know, he's like, you know, this is my divine feminine. And that, like, challenges everything that we think we know. She helps me understand that money is a good thing. She helps me understand that we don't have to run away. We are graced to leave. And I guess it's just, you know, I was in a relationship before, and it was easy posting about that one, I guess, because I don't really know why. Well, there was nothing easy about it. It was just I was in the flow state of creating YouTube videos, and when I met her, I didn't see why I would stop creating. Like, if you meet somebody and you stop creating, I don't think it's not a good thing. And we created this reality that no one saw when we were together, and still are creating, but in a physical sense. And love is such a beautiful currency. And if I spent more of my time talking about love, I'd have more money. That's the truth. I've been so afraid to love and to be loved again. You know, like, we've all been loved and loved before, but like, this is different. And that love came running for me, you know, like chasing me even when I was like in doubt. Psychedelics would always find me and tell me everything's gonna be okay. But you have to love yourself. That was always the message, like, to love yourself. And some people say, like, you like the version of yourself, you like who you are when you're with them. And that's true. I can like both, but the difference is I've changed so much, and he's watched all of it. Like, we changed so much, and I kind of just want to wait to record that. Our relationship is the 888 gate, that's the truth. And sarayu helps me see that. I have got such an incredible life in the now, and I'm just saying what I can feel is coming also. Kenny is actually my best friend. Like, beyond relationships though. Like, he's actually my best friend. Like not being annoyed at his presence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always wanted to be alone. And then obviously, you know, hyper independence. And then I meet him and I'm like, I just, like, it was almost like he just highlighted that I felt, yes, I love being alone, but I only liked being alone so much because of the people that were around me and the vibration that I was, like, where, you know, the frequency I was vibrating at was the same level as that. you know. And then I told myself the religious story that I'm the chosen one, and like one day I'll be liberated. But it's like, I am the liberation. You know what I'm saying? I take consequences into my own hands, y'all. That's why I got arrested, because I kicked down the door. It was like opening my mind. It was like going into my subconscious mind and saying like, listen, I'm deep diving in here and I'm not gonna drown. And I've been swimming ever since. I didn't learn how to hold my breath. I developed gills underwater. I can breathe underwater. That's why my hair was blue. Before I met Kenny, my hair was green. As soon as I started talking to him, my hair started going blue, and I didn't use any dye for like 3 months. I didn't touch no dye. My hair was turquoise blue. Then I did blonde highlight. Then I touched this bit with blonde, so it was blonde to blue. And if I'm being honest, it's not even fully black. Like, you can still see some hints of the green, like very faint, but like you can see that I'm the sun, man. And I wasn't so adamant on like going all I'm not a perfectionist. I've stopped trying to be perfect, and it has served me well. But somebody on my old number, because I changed my number, like I changed my phone and everything because people had way too much access to me, and I changed my iCloud, everything. And somebody sent me a link to one of my old YouTube videos when I was like, spend the day with me and Bliss. And you know what's so funny? I didn't reply to it for a couple days. But the day that they sent it to me, I was like, Kenny, like, I don't really know how to feel about this. He's like, well, you probably know who sent it. And I was like, okay, you know, I probably do. But it was just things like that, right? Because if you can scroll that far down and see my previous relationship, you've definitely watched the like recent ones and seen my current relationship. So it was almost like a dig, and it hurt. And I had to realize that where I'm going, the people that I knew are not coming with me. The people that hold on to one version of me are not coming with me. Right, Sarayu? I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about Kenny. I'm ready to talk about Sarayu. There's so many things that we're gonna do together, and I can't be afraid. The conversations that I've had with Kenny about like men and women, I've broken down like so many of my relationships with him, and like he's broken down so many of his. Like the level of awareness that we have is almost scary, and that's why sometimes we have to stop being so aware. You have to just sit and be present, and like when a trauma comes up, we address it, but don't hang on to it, because it takes away from the present moment, from the fact that we are together right the fuck now. Like, we are God, we are the universe, and we decided to express ourselves in this timeline like this as Divine and Kenny, and it doesn't matter who doesn't agree with that. I am happy and I'm so content, and like that makes people angry, and that's cool, but people can't take my happiness no more, man. I can't do that shit. I can't give people like access to me like that. That was just weird. Like, and if you see this and you're the one that sent it to me, it's okay. I'm not upset at it. Like, I have those videos up for a reason, because I archived everything for a time, and I realized that I archived everything because I stopped loving myself. I love that version of me. That version of me wanted to be with a woman, and this version of me wants to be with a man, and that is not a bad thing. Hello. Flow with the change, baby. Hello. Being a wife and shit. Hello. You know what I'm saying? But the 3D's telling you you can't do nothing. My mama telling me you can't be nothing. All those fears and them voices. I'm saying, hey man, I love you, and that's okay. Even in my dreams, he's there. Like, he's always there. Not always there, but like, it's just funny how he's always there. People be dreaming and be seeing my other cat Midnight. It has a different name now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm surrounded by animals and children, and I'm happy about it. I'm okay with it, and I'm not an animal and child repellent. I felt that way for so long. There's a reason why there's a baby car seat behind me. It's baby time. And like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna tell him. I'm gonna let him watch this, because there was a point where like Kenny wasn't watching my YouTube because like he had me in a real life. You know what I'm saying? So obviously now he told me yesterday he was watching my previous video. We're gonna have a baby. I was like, oh my god. Like, it's not awkward. It's just like, you're watching my socials. And when I do see him again, which is so fucking soon, yeah, I'm actually gonna take content this time. But I just had to soak in. I had to soak that shit in. Like, I did not lose my phone. That shit was given to the water, man. That was an offering that I didn't know I was gonna give, but subconsciously I did. And it was like, make room for the iPhone 16, you know, make room for the content creation. Like, get on your Zoom, just talk, just be. Like, you're so relatable, you're so cool. Like, you don't have to worry about this person and that person. Like, I've sat down with people long enough for them to know my heart and the way that I operate and the lifetimes that I've had to live to become somebody like this, to have an aura that radiates like this, to articulate myself like this when I was non-verbal for a time because of trauma. I can hear non-verbal people. Like, I can hear their thoughts. Like, having a cat reminded me to speak telepathically and lock in on the shroomies. I'm gonna get my hands on some shroomies in a couple days. Like, there's just so many things. I just need to, like, I just record because I know that's what I meant to do. I know it, and that's it. That's all. That's all. So we're gonna explore healthy love together. We're going to flow with change together, and we're going to die and rise again together. We are God, man. Like, some funny shit now that I'm thinking about it. And I'm gonna put my piercings back in. I'm gonna morph again and record the journey and enjoy the journey. And I'm gonna keep some things to myself, and I'm gonna share some other things, and I'm gonna laugh, and I'm gonna cry, and I'm gonna dance and sing and shout and write. I started writing yesterday, and I'm becoming that version of me that doesn't give a fuck. I'm still loving light, but it's time to use that dark energy, that dark feminine energy. Bye, y'all.